Hello, welcome to my channel, Isle of Avalon. My name is Sienna, and today I'll be doing a channeled message. We are going to draw from the Animal Spirit Guidebook or Oracle deck, and we're going to see what comes through. If you're new returning, welcome. I'm very grateful to have you here. And if you've left me a donation, I am so grateful. It really does help. So we're going to begin. I also would like to make a little announcement. We are going to be moving my platform over to Etsy. So keep on the lookout for an update for that. Hopefully within the next week. From the time that I post this video, I will have it set up and you could book personal readings with me. So my readings will be available again very soon. Okay. Spirit, what message do you have for the collective I'm speaking to? And I'd also like to thank you all for your support, your comments, your likes, shares, subscribes. Very grateful for all of it. I thank you for tuning in and showing your support. Spirit, what message do you have for the collective I'm speaking to? Message do you have for the collective I'm speaking to? Okay, so interesting. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna just stay here for a second. So I'm a little distracted because there's a bee in here and trying to just be cool, you know. But it's kind of went away, and it's interesting because I was thinking about the bee, and the crocodile card came out, and crocodile symbolically mean that they are protective ancestral spirits. Okay, especially in the realm of your emotions or your psychology, your mind, right? Because they swim in water and they are very fierce creatures. Okay, I know in a lot of in some traditions their parts are used specifically in like voodoo or something like that, so that could be significant to you. It doesn't have to be. You could be seeing them quite a bit lately. I also get a very motherly or maternal vibe, and there's something very fierce and sharp about this motherly figure that I'm kind of getting a vibe of that is here. Interesting. Okay. Okay, we're gonna pause right there and go a little further. So, okay, I'm gonna read from the guidebook because I'm getting quite a bit of different energies. Okay. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. The mantra is wait. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next move comes from a place of wisdom and power. Okay. So when this aspect of you, right, psychologically, you're in your emotions, you're thinking a lot, you're trying to make a decision, you're trying to move things forward. Sometimes it's not the best time to do that, especially when you are having a lot of scattered thoughts and ideas and you haven't quite come to a point yet, right? And so crocodiles typically move pretty slow, right? They're very large animals. Now they can run pretty fast, okay? If they really need to, they can. But usually, you know, as a reptile, reptiles tend to store their energy. They keep it on reserve because they depend on sunlight and heat to give them energy or help them move. Because when a reptile gets cold, if you've ever kept like snakes or lizards or anything like that, you know that you have to keep sunlight on them, right? So um, there's something about a need to store and reserve your energy for a good time to use it, right? And knowing when it's time to do so and when it isn't, so that you're not lashing out, right? In a lot of things, this is coming up for me too. Crocodiles usually are from what I understand, pretty docile if they're handled correctly, right? And you have to definitely have knowledge to do so. And a lot of accidents happen because of mishandling crocodiles. And if you've ever went to a zoo or something where they're handling them, I know I used to live in Florida, and so I went to, I forget what the place is called, but it's like a big reserve where a lot of people go fishing and stuff like that. I can't think of the name of it, but they have a lot of crocodiles and they have tours and stuff like that. And there's a big conservation effort to save the crocodiles and make sure that their land and their home is preserved and stuff like that. And so in that education, you know, there are accidents that happen because things are in alignment, right? Or there is a miscommunication or a misinterpretation of the crocodile's behavior or their state or whatever it is, right? I'm no expert or anything like that, but this is coming through because there's something about you that you've been in a resting period so long, whoever I'm speaking to, that you almost feel stuck or frozen, right? And this could have to be with due to the winter, right? Especially if you live in an area where there are seasons, because things kind of calm down and slow down in the winter. And it's interesting. Now I understand the purpose of the bee. So the bee was making me super uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, no, I'm going to keep doing this. But I was like, okay, I have to relax, right? Because if I freak out and scream and yell and try to swat at the bee and try to make it go away, something's gonna happen, right? I'm gonna end up getting stung because I'm lashing out, I'm not planning, I'm not calming down, I'm not thinking, strategizing, figuring out what is the best possible course of action, right? And maybe there is something in your environment, right, that's lingering around like this bee, and it's nagging at you, right? This idea, this new concept, um, this feeling stuck and stagnant that you are currently feeling, whoever I'm speaking to, right? And this is a test of your strength. This is a test of uh, your I want to say dedication to yourself or your path or whatever this is centered around. There's something around you, and that's my cat in the background again. I had to open the door, so you're going to see cats. This is Reggie, and so with that stagnant energy, and there are these ideas and these things lingering around that you feel like need to be taken care of or solved, in waiting, right? And waiting and thinking and actually making a plan and strategizing, right? Instead of just lashing out and trying to swat at the bee or swat at the thing or take action towards the thing more when you really don't need to, right? Instead, it's really staying in that calm energy where you're gathering and you're pulling your energy back to yourself, right? Because when you're nervous or anxious or afraid, you're going to be all over the place. Your energy is going to be chaotic, and then your mind is going to be chaotic, right? And psychologically, right, that's not good for you, because when your mind is chaotic and your energy is all over the place and your mind is all over the place, you're not going to be able to make good decisions for yourself, right? And so it's not about what is outside of your environment. It's not about your external world. It's about what's within you and how well you are able to control your power, which is your energy, right? Your energy is your power, because your energy is unique to you. And you have so much more power and control over how you use it and what you do with it, right? Than you may even realize that you do, okay? And so it's like coming to me like the entire world could be burning around you, and spirit wants to build you up so that you get to a place where the entire world can be burning and falling apart around you, and you can still be still. You can be still in your energy and stay true to your truth, your integrity, and maintain your equilibrium in all aspects, physically, mentally, energetically, however that is to you. It's maintaining your power and remaining calm in situations. It's like being in that eye of the storm energy, right? And whoever I'm speaking to now, you are on your way or already have perfected this about yourself, right? You may have been a person in the past, and this may be in distant past, where you may have been very erratic, or you've been surrounded by people who are erratic, especially as a child, and it may have hindered you in ways because you didn't get to learn the skills to calm your mind, or get control of your emotions, or stay calm and centered in high stress situations. And one of the main things that a spiritual path can do to you, or being spiritual, is learning how to calm your mind, calm your emotions, and really be able to sit and step back and preserve your energy, so that you're not giving yourself away to things that aren't serving you, right? So this is good. Okay. So you may feel right now that everything around you is in chaos, and you may feel like you can't get control of anything around you right now. This is a test and a challenge, okay? Because things like this happen to challenge you to grow, right? To evolve as a person, right? Because you can't sit around in this energy all the time where everything's all honky-dory and you're just chilling and going through the motions. Okay, something has to happen to kind of get you riled up, to get you out of that energy, so that you can remember who you are. Okay, and that is a powerful, amazing person with knowledge and worth and great things to offer the world and themselves and the people they love, or whatever it is you want to do or be, or accomplish. You can. And you can't do that if you are all over the place emotionally. Okay, so there's a lot about getting in control of your emotions, because we have a perfect balance here that's coming through. So let's see what the elephant has to say here about balancing the elephant. Mm-hmm. There's something about you getting rest. Okay. I don't know if I went the wrong way. I think I did go the wrong way. Okay. So we have fire and water. And with that fire and water, there's something coming into balance, back into balance in your life. Okay. You're feeling like something is out of balance. It's either within your mind. I'm seeing a lot within your mind, and also your environment. You can't get control of your environment if you're not in control of your mind. And a lot of people, they do it the opposite way. They don't have control of their mind and their emotions, and they end up exploding and acting a little strange, or having emotional outbursts and getting angry, when it's almost never appropriate to do so. Okay. You can be assertive, stern. You can set boundaries. You can even win any dispute or argument by being calm. Because when you're calm and somebody else isn't, that energy that they're throwing at you, it's going nowhere but themselves. Okay. And you remain in this like cocoon of calmness and authority. Calmness and authority, just like this crocodile. You want to be the crocodile, right? You don't want to be this bee buzzing all over the place and not sure where to go, what to do, but you're panicked and you're scared, right? And so you have to learn how to trust yourself, right? And that's how you bring this energy into balance, by taking time to rest and really taking the time to sit with yourself and your emotions and your thoughts and evaluate the things that you're thinking, the ideas and the perceptions that you have, and really making action and setting goals and strategizing on how it is you can move forward before you actually try to. And that's really what I'm getting out of this here. Okay, so now we have the lizard, and I feel the need to pull this one out. So we have more fire. I feel like now you're in a lot of watery emotional energy, and spirit is kind of giving you a nudge to figure out how to pull yourself out of it, because they're not going to do it for you. You have to learn how to do these things for yourself. Instinctual, sensitive, a dreamer. So in the realm of sensory perception, that is where the lizard is. And the lizard, okay, yes. The lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and see what is yet to manifest. So in you sitting in this rest energy, instead of always trying to control or take action, you are wielding your power, you're carrying it, you're holding it, you're maintaining it. You're not spending it or giving it away to things or causes or mindsets or anything that is not going to serve you, right? And so in this rest energy, where you're pulling into yourself and pouring into yourself, you are becoming the expert. You are becoming, like the lizard here, an expert in the realm of sensory perception. So you are learning to tune into your intuition. You're learning to trust yourself. You're learning to wield your power. And this is all through really sitting down and spending time with yourself, and again, getting control of your mind and your emotions and your thoughts, and being willing to admit when there is a flaw in the way that you're thinking or what you're doing, and really, really admitting that to yourself, being honest with yourself, and figuring out how to change that, right? Now, this is an amazing gift. And yes, you are learning how to master this aspect of yourself, but sometimes it can wear you down, right? Because you get emotionally exhausted by doing all of this, right? And so, what way can you release what you're building up in all of these thoughts and in these methods of thinking and these new strategies and these new goals you're setting and all of this planning and thinking that you're doing while you're in this resting energy and learning how to wield your power and get control of your emotions, right? What you do is partake in a creative project. Now, even if you're not a creative person, right? This could just be like a hobby, or maybe it's something active that you like to do, or anything that you like to do that is not, sitting with yourself, right? Because you can't do too much of anything isn't good for you, right? And so you have to learn balance. And this is what this is all about. This is about balance. This is about you growing and, again, wielding and maintaining your power by not giving it away to things that don't serve you. And so the way to do so is by being in the energy of the lizard, being a chameleon, being able to bend and weave as you need to. Because you can't always be chilling like the crocodile and just, waiting for things to happen. And you also can't be like the elephant all the time, bulldozing through everything in your path to get what you want, right? There has to be balance and a happy medium. And so we have the lizard to come in to maintain both sides of yourself, both your fire and your water, both aspects of yourself that are forward and action and intuitive and nurturing, right? These are the feminine aspect, or the feminine and masculine aspects of yourself that you are learning to master, and that's a wonderful thing. Okay, whoever I'm speaking to, you are doing something really incredible here. Okay, and spirit is kind of looking over at you, right? And they're seeing this and they're like, wow, that's amazing. Collective is really learning how to control themselves and stuff, just like us, how we swim through everything and just kind of chill and glide, and we control how we flow through our emotions or the water, right? And this is because, spirit has mastery. They have mastery, and they want us to also learn how to do these things for ourselves, right? You're in an ascension process. You're in an ascension process, and you have a lot of assistance and guidance here for you to do that. So, what am I going to say here? I think that might be it, actually, for this one. That might actually be it for this one. Let me see. I'm going to see if we have one more thing here. Yes. Don't hold back from celebrating your accomplishments, even if they're small, even if no one else notices them. Don't be afraid to give yourself a pat on the back when you deserve it. Okay. Don't be afraid to relax and admit to yourself when you need a minute, when you need a minute to think, gather your thoughts, plan. Okay. And make sure that, you are supporting yourself and making sure that you're getting the support that you need while you go through these transitions. Because a lot of people don't acknowledge how hard, difficult this work can be, because it's not in your face, right? When we're learning how to deal with our emotions and calm our minds and all this stuff, it's not just black and white. There's a very large gray area, and not everyone talks about it. Not everyone has the same solutions to these problems, and everyone's different, and everyone handles and learns things in different ways. So be gentle with yourself, be gentle with the people around you as they watch you go through this, okay? And make sure that you are maintaining balance by nurturing your needs and taking the time to rest when you need to, okay? And especially if you have to reach out to some kind of support group, or maybe talk to a counselor, get therapy, or do something to get your mind off of things, do that, and make sure that you're asking for help to do so. Okay. If you need to go out and do something fun, if you need to go get some art supplies, or get out of the house, go, do what you need to do, okay? Because spirit supports you, okay? Spirit supports you, whatever decision you need to make, if it's to better your life or help make things easier for you, you are so supported. And whatever it is that you need to do, it will definitely happen for you, but you have to ask, you have to take action towards it, okay? So, I'm going to leave that here. And if you like the way that I read, you would like to leave me a donation and book a personal with me, again, the personals will be back within the next week as soon as I get my Etsy set up. So my Square is down. So I will no longer be offering anything on there. And donations are obviously still available through my Cash App if you'd like to leave me some. And that's what I have for you. So I appreciate if you've reached the end of this video. And of course, I'm always grateful for your support. Blessed be.